Da, 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 da. Mm, 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 mm. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Let's see. Few people here. Yeah, sorry about that. My food was arriving by Grab, so I ordered Fishbowl, which is like a poke bowl restaurant. So yeah, trying that out today. Hope everybody is having a good time. That is my YouTube feedback coming through. Yeah, so I'm just popping on for our weekly show, and so happy that you guys are here. Today is kind of a unplanned one. There's not a whole lot going on. I just wanted to still show up and say hello, and yeah, just chat with everybody. Hey, Fernando, whereabouts are you? It's evening for me. Hey, James, glad you made it. You are my faithful supporter for these lives. Thanks for coming. Hey, Cindy from South Carolina. How are you, Cindy? Hope everything's well. Actually, I watched a video of yours recently. Maybe, I think it was last week. So, yeah. And yeah, hey, Dominique. Cool. Good evening. Yes, you definitely need to have your food ready. Yeah. So that was what I was doing before. So, yeah. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Say hello in the chat. And yeah, we'll just chat. If anyone has questions or want to talk about anything to do with online teaching, I'm all game. It's a very laid back show today because I just got back from holiday. Had a wonderful time on the beach and went on Friday, Saturday, came back to Kuala Lumpur last night. So I was gone for 3 nights, 4 nights, 3 nights, 3 nights. Yeah. So that was great. And it was so good to get away and just relax. I really, really needed it. I worked so much when I was away, but it was like a good work. I wasn't teaching or like feeling like I had to be on a schedule or anything like that. I just took some time for projects and work catching up on a few things. So hey, yeah. Hey, Janie, where are you? Hey, Mike. So glad you're here. Great. Yeah, I just saw you in Andy's live. Um, how's it going? So glad you could make it. Yeah. Hello, Carlos from Vienna. Hope everything is good in Vienna. Actually, I haven't really heard how things are going there. So, hope you're doing well, though, nonetheless. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. We've got 14 people here, and I've got 3 thumbs up. I would love to see some more thumbs up. It really helps the live. If you have not seen my video that I put out yesterday, it was all about things going on in the VIP Kid land. I would love you to check it out. I had a huge response from that video, and I think people appreciate hearing people's perspectives on some of the drama or some of the things that are going on in VIP Kid Land. So, or in online teaching in general, there never seems to be a dull moment. There's always different things happening and companies changing things. And so I like to kind of keep up with it and talk about it from time to time. So, yeah. Dominique says, where were you traveling for vacation? So I went over to Langkawi, which is, Malaysia's kind of a peninsula coming south of Thailand. And then you've got Singapore, but Langkawi is a Malaysian island on the west coast. So it's a 45-minute flight from Kuala Lumpur. Super easy. I think the flight cost me less than one night in the hotel. The flight was like 25 or 30 US dollars, which is incredibly cheap. We have like a low cost provider here called AirAsia. So yeah, went there for 3 days just to get away. We've been in kind of lockdown, and now they're allowing domestic travel. So that's been really fun. Hello, just say hello to some people here. Hey, Kathy from Central New York. Carlos says things are fine in Vienna. That's good to hear. Yeah, from New Hampshire to Georgia to South Carolina to Virginia, staying in small groups. Awesome. Hey, Krista from South Florida. Good to have you here. Please put any questions that you have about anything to do with online teaching, or things from my videos, or any questions you have about any companies. I tend to keep my ear to the ground, so I'm happy to answer any questions, or let me know where you work. or if you're in the hiring process for any companies. I recently taught my first class with Zebra English. Not that long ago. It was last weekend. I actually double booked myself. I had booked Zebra English classes on Friday, thinking it was Saturday, and then I opened up my short notice VIP Kid classes and they filled, and then I realized I had two or three, I think it was three Zebra English classes that were booked as well, so I had to cancel those, and that was like, oh, I just hate having to do that, especially with your first few classes. But hey, it's not the end of the world, and I will say that for people that I refer and for applicants that I help through the hiring process, so many of them that do end up having to cancel, it's those first couple of classes because they just were getting used to the booking schedule and the calendar, and they were kind of losing track of how it all works. So it is totally normal for that to happen. So yeah. Cindy says, hi Tim, saw your video yesterday. Even more stuff is coming from VIP Kid. New teacher made classes. Have you heard of it? No, I haven't heard of it, Cindy. Teacher made classes. Interesting. Before this live, I thought it would be kind of fun to bring people on, but I'm using a new program called Ecamm Live, and would you realize it, but I actually don't know how to invite people into the live, which is crazy. I tried to do earlier, and it's got something to do with Skype. Yeah, you can click Add Skype Guest to your live broadcast, turn on NDI in Skype's advanced calling settings, then make a Skype call. Skype callers will automatically show up in Ecamm Live. You sort of need to plan it ahead of time, it looks like. But I wanted to just have people pop on. Yeah, let us know, Cindy, about that. I don't know anything about it. So, ESL teacher Julie coming in from Central Virginia. Hello, hello. Thanks so much for being here. Wow, 20 people watching. 9 people have thumbs it up. Thank you. It really helps if you click thumbs up, and if you are not a Online Teacher Dude subscriber, please go ahead and do that. That would mean the world to me. My channel is growing, has grown a lot in the last few months, and I feel so honored that I get to make content and have lots of people watch it. So for so long my channel was super small, and I just enjoyed making videos about the hiring process and helping applicants, and then slowly it started to grow. So my tip for YouTubers is just stick with it. It's really about consistency, sticking with it, and making valuable content that people find really helpful. So if I can say anything about what to make or YouTube related advice, it is to just be consistent. And I see dips, sometimes my channel like dies right out and I don't get a lot of views, and it kind of goes through waves. So all right, yeah, thanks so much for being here, everyone. If you've got any questions or want to chat about anything, I'd love to hear it. Oh, Tim, thoughts on the new WOW teaching platform? Seems like VIP Kid attempt to combat and compete with OutSchool. This must be what you're talking about, Cindy. I don't know what this is. Is it in the teacher update? Rachel says, what is your best advice for becoming monetized on YouTube? Sitting at just under 300 subscribers. Right. So with a channel in that range, you're most likely to be discovered in YouTube search. So that means that when someone searches for a particular title, you're going to get searched. Potentially, you're going to show up, hopefully, on that first page. So what happens with my channel now is it comes up in suggested videos, which is awesome. You want to get in the suggested videos, as well as it will pop up on the browse features of the channel, which is when you go to your home page, you'll see people that you subscribe to. So it takes time to get to that place, but I would say in the early days you want to make video content that is related to things people are searching for. So you can grab a free search tool called TubeBuddy. I use another one for my blog. TubeBuddy will let you see how your channel will rank for certain keywords. Obviously, a keyword like VIP Kid is highly searched, but guess what? There are hundreds of people making content with that keyword in it. So it is very hard to be found. However, you can be at the top of the page for VIP Kid if you make a keyword with VIP Kid for a couple of days. So if you type in VIP Kid right now, you might see a video, one in the top 4, that from a channel that maybe only has less than 100 subs, but it's like YouTube is just testing it out. Okay, this person's using that keyword. Do people respond to it? Are people watching it? And generally, because the channel is really small, they won't get a lot of views, but it might help them a little bit. So make content that people are searching for, and use those high frequency keywords. Sometimes you might need to make your titles very clickable. I don't like to use the word clickbait, but you want to make them clickable, because otherwise people have like 2 seconds to decide if they want to click on a video. And if they don't like the title, or that thumbnail isn't captivating enough for them, they're just going to scroll by. And that's what we do as well when we're on YouTube. We have so much media being thrown at us all the time. We really just have a split second to make a decision if we want to watch it or not. So Les Ryan says, do you know anyone currently hiring? Yes. So Magic Ears is hiring, and they are begging their teachers to open slots. So if you go to, I don't have it in this video, but I will at the end. I'll have a link to apply to Magic Ears. They're hiring. OutSchool is definitely hiring. They're a slightly different kind of marketplace platform. Cambly Kids is also hiring. So if you want to get on as a Cambly tutor, you can add Cambly Kids. They're definitely hiring. VIP Kid is hiring. GoGo Kid is hiring. Bling ABC is hiring, but they're sort of a slightly different situation because they're on a semester type of schedule. So you're going to have to wait to start teaching. QKids is on a hiring freeze. Zebra English is on a hiring freeze. I think Palfish is hiring as well. So it depends on where you're from. Do you have a degree? All those things as well. Yeah, we talked about that one. We talked about that one. Awesome. Okay. Thank you for subscribing. You're always here. I thought you were a subscriber. Ecamm is the best. Bro. Yes, Ecamm is really great. It's just I don't know how to use it. Help me. It's so much more, like, there's so much more stuff in here than with StreamYard. With StreamYard, I can like easily bring people in. It just seems to be more intuitive. But with Ecamm Live, like, it is a little bit tricky, even figuring out all the overlays and stuff. So I watch Pat Flynn, like Mike's Home ESL does. Mike's Home ESL just hit 200,000 subscribers. Amazing, buddy. But we watch Pat Flynn occasionally in his lives. He does Ecamm Live, talks a lot about entrepreneurial stuff. So actually his lives are at 11 in the morning Eastern Standard Time, I think. So yes, Pat Flynn does work it well. Man, he is a pro with the live stuff. Only something to aspire to, for sure. Is the banning of Chinese apps something that online teachers should be worried about? Yeah, James, I mean, I've seen like the rumblings of that in different groups, and I've seen that Donald Trump is banning TikTok and anything to do with WeChat. I don't know. Like, we'll have to wait and see. It doesn't like concern me yet, I guess, because I just like to wait and see, things actually start to happen. But I guess it just goes back to, I wouldn't, with a company like GoGo Kid that is owned by ByteDance, and ByteDance owns TikTok. I mean, I would be careful about relying on that company completely. I don't know what's going to happen, but I would definitely be looking at diversifying, and I'm always talking about, adding other income sources and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I would be definitely looking to put your eggs in more than one basket if you're relying solely on that. Oh no, I subscribed to Rachel. I've been subscribed to you forever. Okay, I thought so. I was like, well, you show up, so you must be getting notifications. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, keep the chat going, guys. We've got 27 people watching. Thank you so much. I feel like I should have more of a plan today, but as I just got back from holiday and I had someone that was going to do an interview with me that we're actually going to be recording tomorrow off live, and featuring a company called Off to Class. Don't know if anyone's ever heard of it. Off to Class is providing a platform for teaching and a curriculum. So I'm going to talk to Chris from Off to Class, so watch out for that video on my channel coming soon. Really excited about that. So yeah, I mean, yeah, thanks. It was kind of a non-answer, James, but basically you want to be diversifying ultimately, for sure. Hey Laura, good morning to you. Not sure where you're coming in from, but welcome to the live. Thank you so much for being here. So I wanted to put a question out to you. How do you, what are your tips for staying organized and staying motivated? As online teachers, as business owners, as entrepreneurs, I struggle a lot sometimes with just being organized and being motivated. Sometimes I go through lots of ruts of just not feeling very creative, and I always have a million ideas of things I want to work on and things that I'm doing and classes I want to make and things like that. And yeah, curious, what are your tips for staying motivated? Cindy asks, are you teaching on OutSchool? No, I'm not allowed to, because from what I know, and I do know people that live overseas and teach on OutSchool, they require you to be in one of their 5 countries to apply. So yeah, I'm really bummed about that, because there's awesome income potential there. I would love to, get a couple classes up there. I'd probably teach something fitness related and fill that niche of kids being at home and not being able to do PE class and stuff. I don't know if that's a high demand class, but I would probably look at doing something like that. So yeah, not an OutSchool teacher. Tennessee, great, awesome, Laura. Thanks so much for coming. Yeah, so what are your tips for staying organized and staying motivated? So one of the things that I do is I love to make monthly goals, and I write up a big one of those big chart paper things, and I write 5 or 6 goals for that month, whether it's income, classes taught, projects that I want to make, or things online or social media, or my goal used to be 1 video a week. I just wrote that up really big, 1 video a week, and then when I achieved that, I crossed it out, and I always stick it up right by the kitchen door. So that's one thing that I do to stay motivated and organized, because it's always a good constant reminder that, hey, I said that I would do this and I'm sticking to it. So yeah, that's one thing that I do. Cindy says, make long-term and short-term goals. Keep lists for when you feel creative, and take breaks when you feel burnout. Yeah, those are such great tips. It's funny, I went on that 4-day holiday trip to get remotivated and take a break at the same time. So like balance, being away and having a break, and also getting re-energized and more creative with things. So I made some big changes on my website, a slightly different way of getting to where I want people to go to, and I started a couple of new blog posts, and I restructured my menu. So that was just little things that I had kind of been putting on the back burner. I'm also taking a course on marketing, and have some plans in the works that I'm sort of using that course to help me with creating something of my own. So yeah, short-term goals, awesome. Long-term goals for sure. Writing them down really helps. And another thing that I like to do is I like to tell people about them. So sometimes I'll say on the live or on a video, that I'm doing this class or whatever, and it helps me to just stick to following through, because once you kind of make it public, even though you guys have probably all forgotten about it, I do feel that I need to actually go through with it and do it. So sometimes just telling people, what your plans are, or even if it's just a big dream and you're not really sure how you want to achieve it, I think it's really helpful to share that with people, and to put it out there in the world, put out those ideas, and help people, encourage people to keep you accountable to following through with those. So does Magic Ears require your teacher license or college diplomas? Bling ABC needs my diplomas. I haven't seen them in years. It's $50 to get a new one. So you should be able to get your transcripts with those companies, Laura, and they should be able to accept them. If you've got like your transcript, that should be okay. As for your teaching license, they don't require your teaching license unless you're not going to submit a TESOL certificate. So if you don't have your TESOL or TEFL, then you'll need to prove your teacher license. Otherwise, they have a free one at their Magic Ears Academy, or you can do the $19 IOA TESOL one from International Open Academy. So yeah, hope that helps. Chat, let me know, how do you stay motivated? Curious about your ideas. How do you stay on task and re-energized or organized with all the things that you have going on in your lives? So I would love to hear that as well. Marilyn, Arkansas is in the house. Great. Good to have you, Marilyn. Yeah, I think you are new here. I haven't seen your name before, so welcome. I do these every week. If you are here watching the replay, then this was a live. You cannot participate now, but you can certainly leave a comment at the bottom. And if you go to my channel, you can click on lives and you'll see a list of all my previous 6 or 7 lives that I've done. Some of them very topic related. One week I'll spin the wheel, and I got that idea from Pat Flynn as well. We do a virtual wheel and give away prizes, give away tips, feature different companies and things like that. So I really enjoy doing that. But this week is, you're just getting this. Sorry about that. Trey asks, did you hear about Novokid? You teach kids in Russia and you get paid every day. No, I don't know anything about Novokid, but I will write them down because I'm always looking for options for people. Novokid, cool. Let me know, Trey, if they require a degree, experience, and what countries they hire from. That would be cool to know too. So, yep. Cindy says, I got a planner. I think planning constantly involves. Yeah, I've mentioned before, I like to use Trello. Trello kind of helps me to keep things organized as well. It's a computer-based app, and it's just got like columns of ways you can organize things. So I keep like, video ideas, blog post ideas, urgent to-dos, referral information, company information, and another one. So yeah, that's kind of more of a place that I go to if I need to quickly grab a link or grab a paragraph or something like that, or draft up a video idea. So that's what I do. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, keep letting me know if you've got any ideas for staying motivated. And then my other question is, what do you do to avoid burnout? I watched a video by teacher Michael. If you're here, Michael, say hey. Yeah, I really enjoyed the video you made about feeling bored with online teaching, and it made me think like, yeah, I think that I do go through times of feeling bored as well. I go through times of feeling like, oh, I just don't want to teach that level 3 lesson again, because I'm about to hit 5,000 classes, so which means I'm going to get into tier 8. But anyway, I've taught so many of the classes hundreds of times, and I do get bored with that. And he had some great ideas about, adding another company or taking a break or switching up your classes and maybe standing up instead of sitting down, or making new props or using new rewards, or I don't know, if you just to kind of like jive things up a little bit, maybe you want to use a digital background instead of your normal teaching background. So getting into Manicam or getting into Google Slides, or just changing things up a little bit so that you start to feel a little bit more excited. Of course, seeing those faces always get me excited to teach once I'm starting, but I definitely go through those periods of feeling like, oh, again. Dominique says, any advice for getting your first bookings on VIP Kid? I've heard patience in taking workshops. Do you have any other tips? Yeah, jump in right away, Dominique. Open up the slots as much as you can and get certified in as many levels as you can. So those are the tips that you'll hear across the board. I say do short notice. And another tip that I'm going to give you that is not the most popular thing to do is to do some overnighters. If you're in the Eastern Standard Time Zone or in North America, open up your schedule all night, especially in August, because kids are at home, and so you have a higher likelihood of grabbing some trials and some of those bookings. Start in the evening, maybe open up for 4 hours, see what happens. Open up, maybe take an hour break, especially if you get bookings and you want to take a break, but open up, and you might need to pull a couple of all-nighters in the beginning. I've had so many teachers find success in doing it that way. They really have been able to get lots of bookings in the beginning. It's not fun to be up overnight, and if you don't like doing that, or you just physically can't do it, then be as available as you can, get as many certifications as you can, and do short notice, and take workshops as well. Recommend David Cerna, a friend of mine from a Facebook group that he runs workshops for new teachers, so check out his. Fernando says, can you share an example of your Trello board? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so basically, let me see here. I can share. So I've got it grouped. Okay, I'm going to have a bit of difficulty here fiddling around with the share screens. But basically, I have it grouped by columns, and I have categories. So in one column, I have weekly to-dos, and then I have cards, as they're called, where you can organize your things in that. Then I have another column that has templated email and Facebook responses, because I run different groups and have email things that I do. So I have emails there that I can just go and copy and paste. You can also do that within Gmail itself, and I have templates for that. Then I have like my referral information for different companies. I have company information if people are asking about a company. I have daily tasks that I want to do. I also have another column for brainstorming ideas for website, for blog posts and YouTube videos and things like that. I think you can find examples actually online if you search for those. Laura says, which company did you say you were fixing to interview? I interviewed with Zebra English just before they went on the hiring freeze, and have taught one class with them. So, yeah. I don't know if that was to me or not. So, YouTube channel. Shout out, bro. Are you saying shout out? Mike's Home ESL. Classin is great, as you can have up to 15 students with a very engaging and easy to use platform. Yeah, so I'm mostly talking about online Chinese companies, Mike, like VIPKid and Novokid, where they provide the platform already. But there are companies that use Classin. I believe New ABC is using Classin, so if you're interested in New ABC, you can apply. I have a post on my website, onlineteacherdude.com/New ABC -apply, I think it is. Or you can click on Teach, and it'll be on the drop-down menu. So that's pretty cool. You can check out lots of information about a very new and very small company, less than 100 teachers. Rachel says, making sure I'm taking care of my daily needs and making sure to have a little fun every day. Working out regularly, at least 15 minutes. That's awesome. Working out is so good. I had a really, I don't know, I came back from the holiday yesterday, had like a bit of a low day. I had just eaten like, I usually try to eat healthy, but I was eating like garbage for 3 days on this trip. Just garbage. And I wasn't feeling that great today, and I do CrossFit. Did my workout, and before the workout, didn't feel that great. During the workout, was like, oh, I'm not going to make it through. After the workout, felt amazing. And so, yeah, working out just does so much for the mind and the body. VVVios says, Novokid hires non-natives at like $6 an hour. Whoa, that's low. I'd definitely be wary of them, because even though they hire natives at $12 an hour, okay, they incentivize to use the lower paid non-natives. Kind of a bait and switch. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, try the overnighters if you can do it. Hey, Courtney, thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for your kind words. I'm usually on my TV, so I can't comment, but grab my computer. Thank you so much. Wow, it is early. You must be on Pacific time. Yeah, and you're in your online Teacher Knows show. Great. What companies do you work for? Trey says, hires teachers from Novokid. Yeah, oh, that conflicts with what VVV says. So do you see that they get 6:16 is not bad, actually. 2 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that really gives you, yeah, that gives you like a lot of daytime hours as well, which is pretty cool. I'll have to check them out. Good morning, Carol. Thanks so much for being here. You guys are great. 35 people in the live. I feel honored that you're here to watch. I'm sorry I don't have a more exciting show. But yeah, if you have answers to those questions, before we go, I'd love to hear them. What do you do to combat burnout? And what are your tips for staying motivated and organized? So maybe I'll do a video on that one day. But some things coming up for me. I've got a video coming later this week on off to class. So if you are someone interested in going independent or kind of branching out outside of these Chinese online companies, then this will be an interview you'll want to watch. I published one yesterday on the VIPKid drama of 2020. So talking about some of the things that have happened in the company this year. And yeah, what else is going on? I have a Spitball class that I am not running this week, but I'm going to put it up for next Tuesday. So please, I will put it up, but if you don't know where the link is, I'll try to remember to put it in the description of this video later. Send me an email and ask me to email you if you would like to come to the class. It is going to be basically an intro to getting into this industry. I'm going to cover getting yourself set up, passing your demos, being a great teacher, and ways to scale and make more money. So if you're interested in just like an industry overview, tips for getting started, resources and websites for searching for online companies, things like that, I'd love to have you join. It is $10, so but for an hour of good value, I think it is worth it. And yeah, just send me an email or message me on this video, and I will get you the link. John asks, any online teaching companies for Japanese or Korean students? Yes, John. So let me see if I can actually do this. This will, I, I don't know if I'm gonna really mess things up here by trying to share my screen here, but let's try it anyway. Okay, hopefully you can see. There we go. Okay, so yeah, on my website, I'm just gonna use this time to go there. You can check out 7 companies that I wrote about related to Korean schools. So if you go down to my blog, 7 higher paid companies to teach English online to Korean students. So here I've got Nil English, Bach Tutors, Tutoring Lab, ZikTalk, Anglophone, Carrot Global, and Skybell. So I'm pretty sure that, where is it? Anglophone is hiring, so they've got similar hiring requirements to VIPKid and GoGoKid as well. And their pay's pretty good too. So 17 to 29 for 60 minutes of contact time. But they have a minimum guaranteed, even if students don't show up. So that's pretty cool. Even if they don't show up, that you get $13.50 an hour. So they'd be one to definitely look at if you're interested. But it's onlineteacherdude.com / teach English online Korean students. So, but you can find it by looking at my blog. So, okay, cool. Like Pat say, call to action on a website is really important. Yes, I love people visiting, and I hope my website provides value to folks. Trey says they're on a short hiring freeze, but they will pick back up soon. Is that Novokid, I'm assuming? So, what else do we have in here in the chat? Yeah, thanks everybody for being here. I think we will end it now. I'm going to eat and go to bed soon. So thanks so much for being here. If you've got any last minute questions, anything you want to talk about, pop it in the chat, and we'll talk about it. Maybe stay on for a couple more minutes. Yes, Marilyn, it's on my website, onlineteacherdude.com. So, yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you watching. Hope you had a great morning of teaching or day of teaching wherever you are. Hope that things are going well in your world, that you are staying healthy and safe. And I hope to see you back here next week at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, same place. Have a good one, guys. Bye, everyone.